Hello and welcome everyone, especially those who watched my Off to the Races video, because there's something important you need to know. I'm a geek, always was, and so I struggle to understand how others think. Case in point, I assume people will be okay with carrying fraction around when dividing by 10, 7 or 6, which is of course pure nonsense. And worse, I assume that overall rounding will give the same results as non-rounding. In short, I committed an academic boo-boo. So first and foremost, I want to set the record straight. Here are the correct doubling windows for the 5 leading formulas: Thorpe, Keith, Ward, Eyesight and Pep-Count. And by rounding, I mean always round down when adding 10% or dividing by 7 or 6. 29 plus 10% is 31. Remembering those windows is very easy. You need to remember just 3 numbers: the double take bounds and the redoubling point. So for Thorpe, it's -3, -1 and -1. It's double take when the adjusted difference is -3, -2, -1. That is, you trail by 3, 2 or 1 adjusted pips. It's a no double upon -4 or less, and double drop when not trailing, and redouble when trailing by 1 or better. Eyesight is -4, -2, -3. And that's it. I could finish the video right here, but I want to take the opportunity to share a counting trick with you and briefly explain why I find Pep-Count the easiest to apply. Online, it's almost no work. The pip count is given, and here I add 10% by adding 2 to 27 and subtracting it from 32. Blue and white have 6 checkers each, so that's it. Blue leads by 3 adjusted pips, which makes it a Pep-Count take. And that's why Pep-Count is easier. The 10% gets added to the base pip count, not to the adjusted total, and so we can compute the base difference before dealing with the adjustment. And now, there is no need to multiply by 4 and add to each side. We adjust using the difference in the number of checkers. Much easier, which is not the case with the other methods. It's less easy over the board, but there's a trick. Here, to get red's pip count, we count the number of checkers on points 4, 5 and 6. It's 14, believe it or not, and multiply that by 5, 70. Now, check which side of the 5 point is heavier. Here the 6 point has 5 checkers more than the 4, so we add 5 to the total. If the 4 point was heavier by 5, we would subtract 5. So red, after adding 10%, is 82. Black has 13 checkers on the 4 to 6 and an excess of 6 on the 6 point, so 13 times 5 plus 6 is 71. Add 5 for the 2 checkers on the 2 and 3 point, 76 for black. So red trails by 6, but red has 1 less checker on the board, 14 versus 15, so the adjusted difference is -2. A Pep-Count, no double take, but close. Here, quickly for white, 6 checkers on 4 to 6, 30, 1 extra on the 4, 29, plus 8 for the 3 checkers on the 2 and 3, so 37, and 40 after adding the 10%. Now black has more checkers on the 1 to 3 points, so we use the same trick, but with a 2 multiplier. 9 checkers in total, 2 times 9 is 18, 3 point has 2 extra, which gives us 20, plus 11 from the checkers on the 5 and 6, 31. Black has 2 checkers more than white, that's worth 8 points, so white is trailing by 1 adjusted pip. A bare Pep-Count double take. Last one. Both sides have 9 checkers. For black, 6 times 5 minus 1 plus 6, 35. So 38 after 10%. Same 29 for white, plus 8, 37. Black trails by 1, so no redouble for money. So, as promised, Pep-Count is not free, but it's something anyone can do over the board, with little practice. And that's really it. Thanks for your time. I apologize again for the confusion I created, and I hope to do better in the future. May your days be filled with jokers. Adio.